is the softest and most yielding substance, yet nothing is better than water for overcoming the hard and rigid, because nothing can compete with it. Lao Tzu.
Name straight, new wave. Name straight, new wave. Name straight, new wave. Name straight, new wave. Name straight, new wave.
Yeah. 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 Memories. Memories.
All right, welcome back, everybody. We get there, we get here, we're back. Team Big Dog versus Blue Team in our console open tier division once again. I'm still joined by Ray. How you feel moving into this one, Ray?
I'm feeling good. Can't wait to see these two teams going at it. They're two teams who have had their stakes in the console scene for a very long time. So, Blue Team, man, their roster is stacked full of players that I'm sure you guys have heard of. I'm not sure if we have a roster scene for you guys. If we do, we'll pull that up. If not, I'm just going to go over some of these players. Looks like we do. So, I guess Big Dog will go first. Same thing, man. PogChamp, Nuke, V, Paradox, Scatter. It is insane. Spark Chief is V, so it's like, man, so many names so familiar to the console scene.
Yeah, and I mean, they had a historic regular season, right? They didn't drop a map during the regular season, only running into a wall during the mid-season tournament against Red Team. So, I mean, Team Big Dog, they're incredibly talented and a very, very strong team. And honestly, I'm looking at one of them to probably be one of the finalists. But, you know, there's a reason that we play these matches. We don't just hand out trophies for teams being very, very good. But moving forward into this series, let's see the challengers here. It's going to be Blue Team. It'll be SJP and top tier kid on the DPS, Vinny on the tank, and Harvey and Yukio on the support. Also, you know, like you said, a very, very good team, been around a long time, you know, had a pretty decent regular season in their own right. You know, they lost their first 2 matches of the season, but went on to win 6 straight during the regular season to finish it off. So they've got a little bit of momentum themselves, despite technically having a statistically worse season. So I'm looking at these teams to throw hands tonight, you know?
Couldn't agree more. The interesting part is this roster for Blue Team, not necessarily known for Ukio being part of their starting support line. They normally had like Harvey starting for them. Not sure what ended up. I mean, Harvey starts for them, but they normally have, I cannot remember. I mean, sometimes SJP will start for them and they have a second support. I believe it's Hey I'm Zero or Zero. There's like 2 of them. There's one that's Zero and there's one that's Hey I'm Zero.
Hey I'm Zero is a DPS for someone else. They're not Blue Team.
Yes, I believe it was Zero then. So I'm very excited to see Ukio coming in and starting on the support for them. As you can see, as we take a look at our first map, which is the Antarctic Peninsula. And,
you know, we're kind of seeing from these teams right now, it's going to be more Sigma poke. Blue Team is going for a little bit more raw damage with Harvey manning the Iari scatter on the Lucio for the side of Big Dog. So, you know, a little bit of difference here for these two teams. SJP and top tier kid on Sojourn Tracer, PogChamp Nuke on the May Bastion. So, you know, it's the Sigma and BAP that are the only common link between these two teams. So we'll see how this style of play clash is going to come out here, as Big Dog, with the speed of their Lucio, is able to get to this high ground first and take this advanced positioning. The grasp is out for the side of Blue Team. Not going to be able to get a lot of value out of that just yet. Still, though, nobody has gone down. This is going to be SJP, though, able to take down Paradox early. So a great start for Blue Team, as Big Dog has to back off.
Yes, that's what Blue Team is relying on these fights. Talented players like SJP finding picks early in this fight because they don't have that Lucio speed boost to speed around and rotate and get away from Big Dawg and all the damage they have with that May Bastion. So Harvey, SJP, finding angles and finding picks is the key to winning these team fights against Team Big Dawg. While they need Team Big Dawg need to use his Lucio speed boost, get on top of these players and focus them down quickly. That's a nice disruptor shot coming out of SJP. He already has overclock.
Top tier Kid and SJP have already got their ultimates here, but so does Paradox. Pulse Bomb a little bit wide there for the side of top tier Kid, but Paradox goes down after trying to escape. The overclock's going to come out from SJP, and it's going to take down V, and blue team retain their hold here on the point.
As Big Dawg just bide their time, don't use any ultimates in the fight, so they'll be prepped and prepared for this next engagement. As blue team, they are taking no prisoners. They're like, listen, we know we haven't been that #1 overall team like we're used to being season to season to season, but we are still, have great synergy. We're very talented, and we're here to play.
PogChimp trying to keep top tier Kid in check in the back line. I mean, those icicles can be so deadly for a Tracer. The Cactus Sun's going to come out from Harvey, and it's going to take down Paradox and Nuke. Talk about a Nuke. Harvey with 3. Harvey with 4.
Extremely insane plays coming out from Harvey, and I believe, if I'm correct, Harvey is EU, so playing on that ping is just even more impressive. As Spark Chief gonna go over to that Doomfist to try and touch 3 seconds to try and make something happen, as they will get the touch just in time, but there's an Ant Matrix waiting for them.
Yeah, so a scary prospect to try and peek out, but V, the Pulse Bomb from top tier Kid is so good and well timed, and without that Doomfist, Team Big Dawg are gonna give up the point here on Labs.
As blue team comes out of the gates, absolutely dominating, showing like, listen, Team Big Dawg was talking a lot of smack in the selection show. I know they didn't select blue team, but they feel confident about not having dropped a map in the regular season, being just a dominant #1 team, but blue team has already punched them in the face. How will Big Dawg respond?
I mean, you know that they've got the chops to do it, right? I mean, this team has, they've been dominant. That there's no way to say that otherwise. I mean, Team Big Dawg have just absolutely laid waste to their group during the regular season. So they've got the talent, they've got the ability to win this match. But blue team is just as talented. As Nuke is going to start out here with a pick onto Yukio, a great early pick from Team Big Dawg, and they're going to get aggressive while they wait for the point to unlock. Harvey, though, is going to be able to take down Scatter. Top tier Kid is behind them, going to try and look for a pick here, but Team Big Dawg, coming out of these gates swinging as well.
As you'll have to back up just ever so slightly because your Lucio's not in play. As that was a great little stall coming out there from top tier Kid, who can use the recall to get out of there, but not allowing Team Big Dawg to get a lot of percentage on this point before the next fight is going to take place. As Big Dawg already responding as PogChamp, great play on the May Icicles.
Yeah, trying to keep that Tracer in check. Like I said earlier, those Icicles to the forehead, they one-shot Tracers at any range. So top tier Kid, has to be incredibly mindful of that fact. Does have the Pulse Bomb ready to go, and what a stick, and it takes down Nuke as well! Top tier Kid with 2 on the Pulse Bomb, and what a play from the Kid! V's able to take down SJP, but it's too little, too late. Blue team takes the flip.
There's a reason his name is Top Tier Kid, making those top tier plays. Very impressive coming out from blue team, and to be able to flip that in the blink of an eye when it looked like Big Dawg was holding their ground. Very well done. Big Dawg coming back with a lot of ultimates. This Flux and Ant Matrix combo is what they're going to be looking at. However, Harvey was deadly with the Captive Sun last map. Can he do it again?
And top tier Kid being that little gnat that he's been all series. The Flux is going to come out from V, and it'll be a trade. Vinny for Nuke. So much damage gone from both sides, but the tankiness for the side of Team Big Dawg is just better at the moment, but Harvey is not willing to let this go just yet. Top Tier Kid has to use the recall to get out, and Harvey rips PogChamp a new one. The Iari right now has been playing so unbelievably well, and the overclock gonna come out from SJP as well. They're gonna be able to take it down at the Sojourn for the side of blue team, and Top Tier Kid trying to put those pulse pistols to good use behind V. V needs so much help. 68 HP in a dream. The healing comes through little by little, but the Sigma is getting harassed by this Tracer, and they just won't help him. So V goes down, and with that, blue team are staring at a fight win.
Wow, incredible patience and just waiting for your good opportunities coming out from blue team. The big issue I see going forward in these next fights, Big Dawg has got it to where they just need to win one more team fight. And I'm just staring at this PogChamp Blizzard and blue team. They don't have any defensive ultimates. They're running Alari Baptiste. So you have to hope that you can either avoid it or get a good immortality feel as Top Tier Kid is searching, hunting for another pulse bomb. We saw what happened last time when he stuck Scatter. Can he find another big one?
I guess we'll have to wait and see. Once again, PogChamp turning around. The pulse bomb, no good this time. Flux gonna come out, but countered out by the immortality field. But Yukio's able to take down V. So they're without their Sigma, but the Blizzard is massive. Vinny and Yukio frozen up. But they're not gonna get the follow-up. PogChamp is able to take down Yukio, but it's 65%. Blue team stays alive.
Too many players have been taken down from the Captive Sun and Flux combination from blue team, so there was no follow-up, as you mentioned, for that Blizzard. One final fight for Big Dawg to try and keep their hopes alive on Antarctic Peninsula. They're going to have an Ant Matrix with the artillery strike, as SJP can be the savior and put themselves up 1-0 with a big overclock.
And here's the airstrike from Nuke. Gonna try to drop some, gets rid of a couple of important support cooldowns there for the side of blue team, and they're able to take down Harvey. The overclock comes out from SJP, but SJP is dead. The Flux kills Yukio, squished to a pulp, and it's just Vinny and Top Tier Kid left alive. The Tracer trying to dance around the point, but the wall is good, and Big Dawg takes Icebreaker.
As Big Dawg claps back, like, listen, blue team, you got that first map, but we're the big dogs around here. They come screaming back and take map number 2. Very, very close. That was definitely go either way for those teams. As we now move in the final map to decide it all, it is sub-levels. As we see blue team, they're not favoring the Tracer coming into this map. They have decided Top Tier Kid will now go over to the Bastion. So you're not going to have to deal with the Tracer harassing you now if you're Spark Chief, but you're going to have a Bastion in your face. And as I say that, I'm lying. You're still going to have to deal with the Tracer in your face. Top Tier Kid got over the Tracer, but now you also have to deal with a Bastion spamming you down.
Yeah, so, you know, SJP was on that Sojourn before. Now manning the Bastion, one of the best DPS right now. You know, looked very, very strong on the Sojourn on those first 2 points here as we get into sub-level. Nuke is going to get aggressive here, able to take it down the healing pylon, and SJP not going to be able to stay alive. That damage reduction from the wheels mode not going to be able to help the Bastion stay alive, as V or Spark Chief or whatever you want to call him is chasing down Yukio. Blue team tries to get this flip going, but it's not going to be enough, as without their Bastion, without their Baptiste, blue team is helpless at the moment.
Once again, Top Tier Kid doing a great job of limiting the amount of percentage that Big Dawg was able to achieve on the point by almost capping it himself and then just getting out of dodge without dying. So blue team's going to get a quick reset, and hopefully they can get in this fight and flip this point before they get too much.
And Top Tier Kid already in once again. Takes a couple of shots from Scatter, but is happy to just grab the Mega. Has the Pulse Bomb ready to go once again. Needs to use the recall. So can't get too aggressive anymore. But does have the Pulse Bomb ready to go. So as soon as those cooldowns have come back, I'm sure Top Tier Kid will look for something nasty. But Blue Team's going to get the flip. So a lot of pressure putting on to the point by Top Tier Kid as the Pulse Bomb takes down Nuke. A great Pulse Bomb. Another Great pulse bomb that is for top tier kid. Been so consistent throughout this map. They're able to take down SJP though, and Paradox under a lot of pressure by top tier kid, by Harvey, by Yukio. Since blue team took the flip there, I mean, it just doesn't matter. I mean, the aggression from blue team was good enough to get them the flip and 30% almost.
And the late staggers coming out is only going to allow blue team to match it and take a lead on sub levels. 3 ultimates to be able to use, 4 with top tier kid almost having another pulse, as both teams are going to have a lot. Again, they have to be worried about this Pog Champ Blizzard. No defensive capabilities for this very offensive competition that blue team are playing.
PogChimp looking for the opportunity still though, trying to keep top tier kid in check, and there it is, the pulse bomb canceled out by the immortality field. Here is Nuke's airstrike. It's gonna take down those support abilities once again. The window, the dually here of the amplification matrices is going to lead to Harvey being able to take down Paradox. But I mean, Team Big Dog, they take the flip, but it's just delaying the inevitable as PogChimp has yet to use the Blizzard.
Yeah, and that just seems like a big mistake, as, you know, you get a good 10%, but blue team is just going to flip it. Then he was able to hold on to the flux, and now you have no sound barrier for it, so things are starting to look more and more dangerous. One final team fight for Team Big Dog to try and win this first map. Still have that PogChamp Blizzard, but they have to find the value with it. They got to use it.
Team Big Dog, they have an important tool in their chest right now, but they need to put some pressure on the point as we get to 93, 94% on the point here. SJP sliding across the sky, and they're able to take down Harvey. The pulse bomb comes out, but the immortality field from Paradox is good to keep the passion alive. But top tier kid with 3, top tier kid with 4. Top tier kid comes alive, and blue team takes Antarctic Peninsula.
As blue team starting to mount a upset over Team Big Dog. As we mentioned, Big Dog undefeated in the regular season, never even dropped a map, and now they find themselves in round 3 of the winners bracket, losing the first map to blue team. That just shows you the talent, synergy, and chemistry that this blue team has. They are no slouches. They are like our 3-time champions from CGL in the highest console tier. So you should never underestimate blue team.
No, I mean, obviously not. They've got hands. They're you know, one of the juggernauts of CGL console open tier. I mean, they've been around for so long. They know how to deal with adversity. Like we said, I mean, they're a great team in their own right. You know, Team Big Dog, you know, most people would say is the favorite right now, but blue team is showing you why, you know, favorites exist for a reason, and underdogs, they're also fun to watch. So, I mean, if you're gonna do it, you got to do it now, because if you give blue team or Big Dog an opening, they're gonna take it and they're gonna rip you apart. And you know, it was a great job from blue team to not allow that to happen.
Couldn't agree more, as the name of the game for blue team going forward is keeping up this momentum, because at any time Team Big Dog will be able to strike and snatch it back in an instant. So blue team has to keep that foot on the gas pedal. Map 2 is going to be hybrid. I mean, the one I did not catch that. Did you catch that, Fletch?
Yeah, I caught it. Yeah, it's gonna be Numbani. So maybe Big Dog wants to run some dive here. You know, with the recent buffs to Diva, could see a little bit of that coming out here on Numbani. But, you know, I guess they don't want to try and keep running into a wall with that Sigma comp, so they want to try something different to find some momentum.
Could not agree more, Numbani. I mean, I still think that Sigma is going to be extremely strong, especially defensively. I'm not sure if we're going to see that on the attack. I still think, you know, there's a possibility of seeing the Diva at play. The only thing that's tough about the Diva is if you're playing Sigma on the defense, that accretion rock is absolutely devastating. You can up a Diva's mech so quickly if you get hit by that, and there's good follow-up. So this one thing you have to be very weary of. But with her buffs, I think she could definitely make a stance in a map like New Bonnie.
Yeah, I mean, but you know, I said that maybe they want to get away from the mirror. They didn't look bad in the mirror. The mirror was so close. I mean, we're gonna see what these teams are gonna come out on, but if they still come out on the Sigma, I wouldn't be surprised at all. They still look like an incredible team on that Sigma poke. Of course, we're not gonna see that just yet, as V has yet to pick, but Vinny is coming out on the Diva on the defense here early. So, you know, kind of what I thought. And Big Dawg, despite picking the map, it looks like they want to run the Sigma still. So, kind of flipped my expectations on their heads. But, you know, I wasn't entirely wrong, I guess.
As yeah, we're gonna have to see how things go for this defense coming out. Sorry, Fletch, can you keep going for a second? I'm fixing some plugs I have.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah, so the attack's gonna come in very, very quickly as the map begins. Gonna try and find a little bit of damage with those sticky nades for top tier kid, 15% to that ultimate. Team Big Dawg, they are opting to hang around in spawn and switch some stuff up a little bit. So they're going to go over to the Ash here for Nuke. PogChimp on the Mei, trying to throw those icicles in, find a little bit of damage. Big Dawg, of course, walking up to this high ground right now. Blue team is going to, you know, counter it out right there. But a lot of damage out from top tier kid with that Mercy Pocket. Yukio, though, took a little bit of damage themselves there from the side of Nuke, and Nuke is able to put the bird out of the sky. Top tier kid is brought right back, however. Oh no, Harvey is... Nuke just can't hit the shots! Nuke had it, Harvey dead to rights with that incredible wall from Nuke, or from PogChimp, that is, but not able to clean up on the Iyari there. Oh wait, no, that was Scatter. I don't know what I'm talking about. You know, regardless, blue team's coming out on top of this fight.
As top tier kid is continuing their dominance, now moving over to the Echo. So SJP can also play Tracer, who's extremely dominant on being able to get that duplicate out on to Spark Chief on that Sigma and being able to build up to that Flux and throw out all that damage. Very impressive. I'm also liking what I see out of Vinny. You can't play too aggressive because I mentioned that Accretion Rock could just obliterate you in an instant, but finding nice little dives and helping provide that defense matrix for Peel for his team.
PogChimp once again looking for some value there as SJP Pulse Bomb gonna get the Immortality Field out of the question for Team Big Dawg as Paradox pops that Amp Matrix. Some aggression from Vinny trying to keep PogChimp in check as SJP takes PogChimp so low and goes down. The Cactus Sun's gonna come out from both sides, but Harvey gets put down. Nuke in the sky, able to take down Harvey as Bob is going to come out from Nuke. What can they find as Harvey returns, but Scatter goes down. I mean, blue team are just clutch out of their minds. They give up almost the entire point, but the bend don't break. Defensive blue team holds on. The Flux comes out from Team Big Dawg. The damage is not there to follow up, though, as blue team holds on.
Because that was such an expensive fight because Big Dawg was trying to finish off that point through in 4 ultimates into that fight as we now see Spark Chief going over and matching the Diva for Vinny as blue team in an instant when everything was going good for Big Dawg clutch up. That has been the big storyline, is when backs are against the wall and you need those kills. Blue team has come through strong, as it's really going to come down to this final fight as PogChimp has a Pulse Bomb.
PogChimp has the Pulse Bomb, but you know what? The life of the Ash is gone here as the Pulse Bomb is wide for PogChimp, but they're able to take down the Ash, so they're without a lot of their damage. And I mean, the Tracer of Team Big Dawg here, PogChimp being harassed by Vinny. With Nuke going down, I mean, they've got only a little while longer.
Gonna have a Diva Bomb reset for blue team, which could be big coming in the next time. But top tier kid almost has another dupe, and SJP has a pulse bomb. This is gonna make things so tough for Big Dog coming into this next fight.
The tracking for top tier kid.
No touch.
Yeah, they don't touch. I mean, the tracking for both top tier kid and SJP on the tracers actually, it's ridiculous. I mean, both of those guys, they just dominate on that hero, and PogChamp, or not PogChamp, but top tier kid came out on the Echo, which, you know, we didn't see any of that on Antarctic Peninsula, but you know, the Mercy pocket with the Echo, especially when the Echo is as good as top tier kid is, Jesus, it's ridiculous how much damage they did.
Absolutely insane coming out from blue team. What a crazy defense. And now they give themselves such a great win condition to go up 2-0 on an undefeated regular season team. All they got to do is get 92.6%, and they are going to be sitting pretty 2-0 heading into map number 3. Keep in mind, both of these maps we've been to have been the choice of Team Big Dog. So it doesn't matter where Big Dog has taken blue team. They're like, all right, you like this map? We'll beat you in the rush. Oh, you want to go dive and, you know, play some Sigma and play some Diva on Numbani? We'll beat you at that too. Top tier kid, Tracer, Echo, it doesn't matter. SJP, same thing. They are just pick machines as Big Dog have to find some sort of answer. And on the defense, they're going to have PogChamp go over to the Torb, which I like. I think this can be extremely troublesome for the likes of SJP and top tier kid. That turret can be annoying.
Yeah, I mean, it's a decent adaptation. I'm interested to see how it's going to work out. You know, don't see a lot of Torbjorn these days. Top tier kid, though, is able to simply just ignore the turret, and SJP takes down PogChamp. So Team Big Dog is already down a player. Can't afford to give up too much of this point. SJP has to use the recall a little early, but the dive is so strong for blue team. I mean, there's just nothing Team Big Dog can do right now. The fight is oppressive. The dive is oppressive, and I think that might do it. The touches are going to come through from PogChamp, but I mean, Team Big Dog are already reeling at the moment, and with the incredible focus beam of top tier kid onto PogChamp, that's going to be it. Blue team's on match point already.
Blue team out here speed running Numbani, just first point holds and gets it in less than a minute. This is absolutely ridiculous. I said the key to blue team continuing was take this momentum that you had, keep pressing on the gas pedal, and they have done that beautifully. You can't let a team like Big Dog find some momentum and get back in the series. So it's only going to take one more map of pushing on that gas pedal and dominating, and you're going to be able to say, look, we just took down the #1 seed and dominated them 3-0, and make everyone think and readjust in this console open tier of who's really the best team.
Yeah, I mean, this is not the series that I expected at all, right? I was expecting, you know, a very, very close match between two great teams, but blue team just has their foot on Big Dog's throat right now. And we're going to have to see that clutch factor from Big Dog if they want to stay alive moving forward in this series. But as of right now, we're going to cut it to a break. And when we come back in just a few minutes, we'll see if Big Dog is going to be able to keep their upper bracket hopes alive, or if blue team is going to be moving on to the winners final. So stick around. You won't want to miss it.
Cash and the ticket is yours. Cash and the ticket is yours. Yo. Cash and the ticket is yours. Cash and the ticket is yours. Cash and the ticket is yours. Yo. Cash and the ticket is yours. Yours.
Welcome back, everybody. Right now, I mean, a match that nobody expected to be the way that it currently is right now. Even if Team Big Dog, you know, they're down. I mean, they're down, right? They've never been in a position like this, at least throughout this season thus far. I mean, Blue Team just has their number at the moment, and it's going to be up to them moving into map number 3 to see what they can do to right the ship, to stay alive in this upper bracket, and, you know, try and beat Blue Team with a potential reverse sweep.
We do have a substitute coming in for Big Dog. Godspeed subbing in for Pog Champ. So hopefully that is going to make a difference for the side of Team Big Dog. According to the team sheet we have, Godspeed, definitely one of their starters, projectile DPS player, their tracer player, most played hero coming in. So very excited to see how that will match up going up against SJP of the world, top tier kid of the world. Both of them in these first 2 maps have shown to be very prolific tracer players. So hopefully Godspeed can match them as we head into our next map, which is going to be Suravasa.
Yeah, and I mean, it's the popular map, right? It's the map that you can run just about anything on, and I kind of expect the teams are going to go back to the Sigma, right? I mean, they haven't really shown much much else other than the Diva, and I don't expect the Diva to be as relevant here in India as the Sigma is. I just feel like the Sigma is so much stronger when you don't have to deal with the extreme verticality of Numbani A. But I guess we'll figure that out when we see these teams coming out in just a second. And it's going to be the Sigmas. Who could have guessed?
I mean, come on. It's what's meta right now. It's okay. I mean, it's just how it is. As very, very different coming out from both of these teams. I want to focus on the DPS lines first. So for blue team, we got top tier kid on that Mei, SJP on that Sojourn. So top tier kid going to be very helpful for Vinny in that duel up against Spark Chief. While SJP, we saw him do this on Icebreaker, looking for those angles. For Team Big Dog, they are going to, with Godspeed, looking for picks in the backline. But the one thing I'm curious about is blue team. They aren't using the Lucio. It is such a big deal for being able to counter-rotate and move quickly on these maps. So can they take advantage of the extra heals and pick potential versus not having the speed utility?
I guess we'll have to see right now. But Vinny and Harvey are out in no man's land a little bit, able to join up with their team. The first point has unlocked here on Market. It will be Team Big Dog that looks to take the first flip here, dealing a lot of damage to the backline of blue team, trying to put a lot of that pressure onto them, but nobody, like the first fights of the last few maps, people just refuse to go down here in this series. Neither of these teams wanting to give an inch, but blue team is going to take the flip here, as a lot of damage was put on to Team Big Dog, and ooh, that's not a great start there. SJP with the disruptor shots going to be able to take down a nuke, and with Godspeed gone, there's no chance of Team Big Dog taking this fight.
As blue team doesn't panic, they're just very smart about being patient. Like, yes, we may give up some percentage on this point, but in the long run, this fight's going to be extremely successful for us. We just got to rotate, get our distance. They get fly a little too close to the sun, get a little too aggressive, and they lose top tier kid. So Big Dog now has an opening opportunity to get in here up one. Now they're going to use the flux.
And yeah, there is the flux. The immortality field is going to keep the team alive. And the stun on the captive sun from Spark Chief is going to give the spark to Team Big Dog. But Vinny's not going down without a fight. The overclocks come out from both sides, but it's going to be Nuke that takes down SJP. But it doesn't matter. Blue team stays alive with the flux from Vinny.
Insane as blue team is able to stage a comeback after losing top tier kid early in the fight, who's now moved over to the Tracer. So now we got a little Tracer duel on our hands between top tier kid and Godspeed, and that was a very expensive fight for both teams. We're gonna, as blue team takes the first point, coming to this next opportunity for this next point, which is Palace, we're gonna be having an amplification matrix versus the scatter beat. But if blue team gets aggressive, it may not matter, but Ukio's down.
Yeah, that's a great pick. So much healing gone for the side of blue team. They don't have that amp matrix to use anymore, and blue team, they're not going to push their luck. They're just going to run away here. I mean, the Tracer for the side of blue team still doing what the Tracer for the side of blue team does. You know, I guess it's top tier kid this time, not SJP, but you know, trying to provide that pressure on the point, not letting Team Big Dog flip, but the flip is going to go for Team Big Dog, and they're going to get aggro here with the sound barrier. And it's going to be a good fight for Team Big Dog to take. The sound barrier comes out, the team gets durable, and they take down blue team in their first decisive fight win of the map.
Yeah, I think that was very smart awareness coming out from Team Big Dog, realizing blue team had to invest a lot in the previous fight. So if we just get aggressive with this sound barrier, they're not going to be able to match us. I mean, they may have a window, but when we're in a close quarters area like that, we can easily just push through or avoid it and limit its usability, and they did that beautifully. Top tier good, however, going to have a pulse bomb in this next fight going up against Godspeed. We've seen top tier kid hit the big pulse bombs. Can Godspeed match him and try and win out in this Tracer 1v1?
This duel is going down. Top tier kid and Godspeed trying to assert their dominance. The recall out from Top Tier Kid. Godspeed's recall is not going to get back as much HP as they would have liked, but the healing is going to come through. Paradox pops the Amp Matrix, and the Immortality Field saves too. Paradox keeps the team alive, but SJP is on the high ground and has an overclock. Knows how to use it, takes down Nuke, takes down Scatter, and Team Big Dog go down at 99%. The grind to 100% for blue team starts now.
The good thing with how fast these points tick up, it's going to probably take 2 long fights for blue team. However, Big Dog going to have the ult advantage coming into this next fight. They got to hope that between Vinny and Harvey, who could easily combo this Gravitic Flux with the Captive Sun, they can get a lot out of the very few ultimates they have, but SJP is down.
Yeah, that's a great pick. We see Top Tier Kid back there trying their best to harass Paradox as the Flux is going to come out from B. That is not going to be good enough to take down Vinny, but the overclock may be, as Godspeed, they threw the Pulse Bomb and Vinny ate it up. That was a great play from Vinny, but I mean, there's so much of an uphill battle ahead for blue team, and they've lost Top Tier Kid, they've lost Vinny, and Team Big Dog will take Palace.
Nice, steady comeback from Team Big Dog. They did not waver. Despite being down 2-0 and dropping that first point, they had the confidence to come back and play great team play. As blue team now looking to, re-flip the script and win this map, they're going to have a flux. As Team Big Dog doesn't have a lot to work with, they should be able to build the sound barrier in time, but Top Tier Kid, again, they're facing down the barrel of another Pulse Bomb.
Yeah, that Pulse Bomb's been so lethal for Top Tier Kid all series. What can they find at this time as the Tracer battle ensues and Godspeed takes down the Tracer? Top Tier Kid down for the side of Team Big Dog. They get aggressive. The Flux comes out from Vinny, and V says, no, not in my house. They're going to take the first fight and the first flip here on Ruins.
And what momentum Team Big Dog has now built up to see a Flux commit into that fight and for you to completely just slam the door in the face and deny blue team any kind of value is insane coming out from Big Dog. And now you get to rotate and find these positions defensively, and you're going to have an Ant Matrix. So it just makes blue team trying to push through and break into this team fight that much more difficult.
They have some tools to do it. What can they do with these couple of ultimates that they have in their pocket? The Pulse Bomb, the Amp Matrix comes out for blue team. Pulse Bomb from Godspeed's gonna take out the Immortality Field, so they're without a great... oh my goodness, what an actually, what a great Immortality Field from Paradox to save Nuke's life despite the Pulse Bomb, despite the slide. But they're able to take down Nuke anyway. So a great pick from Harvey, and Team Big Dog is already at 90%, and they'll give up the flip just to back up and let the Sojourn come back.
I'd say the key to blue team being able to flip that point was only having to commit the Ant Matrix, so you're able to bank your overclock and your Captive Sun, because Big Dog gets to come back with a Flux and an overclock. So you had to have ultimates to match them, because it's only going to take one fight for them to go up 2-1 on this map.
Yeah, and they're back, and V has a Flux. So this is going to be really, really scary for blue team, and SJP is only at 50 HP now after going into the Immortality Field. That speed debuff on the Captive Sun is going to be a nightmare for Nuke, and they've got one more chance to take Ruins as Team Big Dog goes down.
If they can get this late stagger, it might be extremely bad for Big Dog, but it looks like they are able to get out just in time. But the question is, can they even get the touch as we are just getting nearer and closer? I don't think they're going to try. This is going to be the point number 2 cap for Big Dog, for blue team, as Big Dog is going to look to live to fight another day. As again, exiting pick onto Godspeed. And we now move on to the next flashpoint. Big Dog backs against the wall. They cannot afford to drop a single flashpoint going forward as blue team. We mentioned they're on championship point. They're on championship sub point of flashpoint as we head to Gardens.
Yeah, I mean, a big fight here. Looking forward for Team Big Dog. Godspeed and Top Tier Kid playing really patient up there as we get into Garden. Team Big Dog has already asserted themselves on the point. They have some ultimates, 5 ultimates just about coming up for Team Big Dog, and here is the start. Pulse Bomb is going to be good for the Immortality Field, and Vinny is under a lot of pressure as Godspeed takes down the Sigma. And, Blue Team, without their Sigma, they're not going to be too aggressive. But, Team Big Dog will as they walk forward. They don't stop.
You can't afford to stop if you're Big Dog. You had to find those picks, find those stragglers, because Blue Team's coming back with a war chest of ultimates. Big Dog had to use 3 to be able to flip and get that control of the point. So Blue Team has an advantage in these ultimates coming into the next fight. The sound barrier, if placed well by Scatter, could devalue quite a few of these ultimates.
Getting in here. Top Tier Kid, the Pulse Bomb is going to go wide left there as Vinny, 138 HP as the Immortality Field comes out, and it'll be a trade. Godspeed for Vinny, and if you're Team Big Dog, you will take that trade every day of the week. Shoved into a corner. Corner? What is a corner? Ray, do you know what a corner is? Apparently SJP just got shoved into one. That's going to be Team Big Dog taking Garden.
It's a corner where you put all your clothes. Like, it's just a corner of clothes. Like, that's kind of how it works. Like the corner of your closet where you hang a bunch of stuff. Anyway, as we now move to the final flashpoint, tied 2-2. Can Blue Team send Big Dog to the loser's bracket? They're going to have an ult advantage coming into this first fight, so that is in their favor.
Trying to build up to this railgun. What can they find? It's going to be a lot of damage onto Yukio. Not going to be able to find the Baptiste just yet. The overclock is going to come out from SJP, though. So, got to kite that damage if you are Team Big Dog, as the Flux is going to come out. And the Pulse Bomb is going to be good for SJP! SJP slid out of the Immortality Field. The Flux is going to come out from V, and that's going to be Team Big Dog taking the first fight here on Temple.
Absolutely devastating fight from Blue Team. I think this swings all the momentum in favor of Big Dog. That was a lot of ultimates Blue Team committed. You did get the commit back from Big Dog, but that is a lot of momentum gained. Blue Team will have a Pulse Bomb and a Captive Sun to work with, but Nuke has this overclock, and the pressure is now mounting on Blue Team. I said you can't allow Big Dog to come back and give them an inch in this series, and that might just happen.
Here's the overclock. Nuke is trying to drop one. Gonna come out, take down the... Oh my god, Nuke takes down 2! An incredible play on this overclock from a Nuke. 2 for Nuke, and red team, not red team, but Blue Team are, they're reeling right now, and they've got one chance, one fight to put Big Dog down.
And I don't even think they're going to be able to get a full regroup into the next fight. Top Tier Kid is going to have to look to touch, going to have the Pulse Bomb, so he's the hero for Blue Team to keep their hopes alive on Saravasa and send themselves to the next round. Pulse Bomb in his hand. Can he make a play?
Top Tier Kid's gonna get the touch. The recall is out. The Pulse Bomb is out. They don't have it. The amplification matrix from Paradox. The recall is no longer in the hands of Top Tier Kid, and they're able to take down Vinny. This point is over. They take Saravasa. Team Big Dog stays alive.
And the reverse sweep is now mounting if you are Team Big Dog. Finally able to get some positive momentum going in their way. Godspeed swapping in on that Tracer, playing incredibly well. Is this, what's to come in the future and we see a reverse sweep? Or as we head into map number 4, which will be push, Blue Team going forward, going to get all of the map picks. So you have to be, even if Big Dog wins the next one, Blue Team will get the final map pick. So you have to be very wary of that going forward if you're Big Dog, that Blue Team can just take you to maps they feel extremely confident in.
Yeah, and you were saying it, I was saying it. If you give Team Big Dog the opportunity they're going to rip you apart. And they took advantage of that opportunity on Saravasa. I mean, Team Big Dog, they just made the plays when they mattered. And that's something we didn't see on the first 2 maps. It was always blue team coming up in those clutch moments. And Team Big Dog said, no, we're not done yet. We're going to stay alive whether you like it or not. And they take Saravasa and they have the momentum moving forward, even if blue team does have this map pick. I mean, Team Big Dog is not a team to take lightly, even if you are still on match point for blue team.
And with push on the table as our next map type and team blue team getting the map choice, I feel like I would only scratch off one map on, because there's only 3. I'd probably scratch off Coliseo. I feel like, especially when they have really liked and favored playing this Alari BAP composition, that New Queen Street and Esperanza, they're just much more open. Gonna add that ability to look for those off angles, especially SJP on that Sojourn, Top 2 Kid on that Tracer. It just plays out so well. And yeah, that's what I was thinking. Esperanza is where we're going.
Yeah, I mean, play around that high ground on the first parts of the map, but like you were saying, there are so many super long sight lines on this map, and open ways to fight. I mean, I'm still expecting the Sigmas coming out here, but you know, these teams, they're so talented and so good at what they do. You know, I'm still expecting a clash of titans here on Esperanza.
As here we go, Big Dog has now flipped the momentum in their favor. Can they take a stranglehold of that momentum and flip the series on its head? Or can blue team find the goods on their first map pick of the series and send themselves to, I believe, will be the winners finals, which they could be seeing themselves in a rematch against their, little brother partner team, red team, depending on how their match goes. As we take a look at these teams, SJP going to go over to the Ash. That is not something I saw coming into Esperanza, but if you can get Top Tier Kid in the backline with this Tracer, combining with an Ash Dynamite, that could be absolutely devastating to the backline of Team Big Dog.
Yeah, and Team Big Dog, they're still opting for this Lucio look, so they're going to be able to get around a lot better than blue team will, as they're already stuffing it. Like, they're barrel stuffing blue team at the moment on this high ground, trying to find the damage with those orbs of the Sigma. V's getting a little bit aggressive there, and there is SJP, the one-shot headshot onto Godspeed. I mean, that blows it open. There's no pressure on the back line anymore. And now blue team has the opportunity as Top Tier Kid continues to dominate on the Tracer.
Yeah, that with SJP on the field, you have to constantly watch your sight lines and not allow him to take full control of this high ground, as the late stagger onto Scatter is going to afford a lot of distance for blue team to be able to push up in this fight. As Top Tier Kid comes in the next fight already going to have a pulse bomb, so Team Big Dog already has to be extremely weary of Top Tier Kid looking to send that onto their back line.
And SJP watching like an eagle. A big dynamite gonna hit a couple of people for the side of Team Big Dog, but SJP is getting jumped right now. Good immortality field from Yukio to keep the Ash player alive as the pulse bomb comes out. Paradox doesn't go down to the pulse bomb, but does lose his life. Godspeed having a little bit of trouble, but does take down Yukio. This is still 2 players for the side of Team Big Dog that they've taken down, but it will be blue team that comes out on top of the fight.
As this is the big question for Big Dog, as you get the late stagger onto Scatter once again, are you going to look to try and touch this? Because we talk about on push how important getting these forward spawns are, but you might not be able to take a full team fight, as you will have this amplification matrix and pulse bomb to work with. They do touch in time.
Yeah, Godspeed gets in the fight, and it's a great stick, and they take down Vinny, as the Captive Sun is going to come out from Harvey. What can they find? What can they get? Not going to find anything with Captive Sun. The Pylon going to try and keep them alive a little while, but the Pylon is gone, and Harvey has to book it. But Top Tier Kid again takes down Paradox.
Yeah, Top Tier Kid is being an absolute menace in this backline as he's looking for more. Forces the recall. This is ridiculous.
I mean, Top Tier Kid just can't be stopped right now, but it'll be Godspeed actually that comes out on top of the Tracer duel. So Team Big Dog has found their opportunity here as Robert enters the fray. They're just gonna walk away from Bob. It's gonna be a great shot from Nuke as the overclock comes out. I mean, just some great plays from the side of Team Big Dog, and they've found their footing here on East Bronza finally as Nuke gets taken down though.
Yeah, there's actually a big exiting pick coming out from Top Tier Kid. You're going to be able to push back in here if you're blue team. They're not going to be able to match your distance, and you forced out a lot of ultimates from Team Big Dog, so you put yourself in a very strong position being able to push back now.
Yeah, they still have the space to control here for the side of blue team, or Team Big Dog, sorry. But they're not going to just give it away here for the side of blue team as Godspeed was really, really low, but Harvey could not find the time to look at the Tracer as the Flux is going to come out and a lot of damage going to be dealt to V, and the Pulse Bomb is going to come out. It's going to take down Vinny. So both teams are without their Sigma, and Nuke finds another pick on it to SJP, and they're going to take not only the lead, but they're going to hit Butt Scratch too.
Yeah, that is absolutely devastating fight for blue team to be able to get Spark Chief out of that fight early and then not be able to find the follow up for the rest of the team. I mean, you did have to use a lot of ultimates if your team picked up, but you're going to have an amplification matrix. Blue team had to use a lot, so they have nothing to work with. This is very bad as SJP finds a pick though.
Paradox. Yeah, Paradox goes down unfortunately for Team Big Dog, so they're without their Amp Matrix, they're without their Baptiste. I mean, they just got to get away for right now, and luckily they have the Lucio to do that. But, you know, one good thing that I noticed, blue team didn't get the checkpoint.
No, they didn't. So yeah, that's going to be extremely strong for Big Dog, who now have that forward spawn. So blue team has to win another fight to try and match them on this butt scratch mode, as Top Tier Kid has control the high ground and force out the immortality field with the pulse bomb.
But Paradox is going to be able to shake it off and drop the amplification matrix here. It's going to be a good kite for blue team, but they're going to do what they do best and get aggressive with the sound barrier, and it'll be a trade. Nuke for Yukio, and Paradox goes down, unfortunately, for Team Big Dog. Bob in the back line, SJP with 3, SJP with 4, and blue team will take a butt scratch here.
And they might have a chance to take the lead here. It's just going to depend what Team Big Dog want to do here. Are they going to look to take an aggressive fight at the corner? They're going to have Flux. They're going to have Pulse Bomb, while Ukio could just buy a lot of space by planting an Ant Matrix on this corner.
Yeah, I mean, it's Top Tier Kid there off to the right of the bot from our angle. Just, you know, trying to find the contest for the bot, not trying to let it get pushed back just yet, as the Ant Matrix comes out and Top Tier Kid is able to take down Godspeed. So a great pick early for the side of blue team, and V finds himself with the orbs, and blue team takes the lead.
Yeah, that Ant Matrix well placed by Ukiyo waited for the fight to break out around the corner, so Big Dog had already committed in the fight, and then they were forced to take the fight with the Ant Matrix on the field. They couldn't kite it. They had to fight, and they end up losing because of that. However, Spark Chief gonna have a Flux. He has definitely gotten the better end of Vinny on these Fluxes throughout the series, so here comes another.
And here it is. What can they find? What kind of damage? The immortality field is going to be good, but Paradox cannot withstand the barrage of Top Tier Kid. But Nuke is able to take down SJP. Is burning a little bit here, so trying to stay alive in this fight is SJP, who has the railgun still charged up, but Vinny is able to take down Godspeed after getting rid of that pulse bomb. And
as blue team is going to take a huge meterage lead in this fight. And now that we're in a situation where both teams have the forward spawns unlocked, the mountain that Big Dog are going to have to climb to get back in the series are steeper and steeper. Spark Chief now going over to the Orisa, hoping to rush on top of Vinny on the Sigma and make something happen, but is it enough or is it too little, too late? Have they allowed blue team to gain too much of a meterage lead?
Vinny has this Gravitic Flux ready to go. Gonna pop it. Gonna try and find some value. And did Vinny get stunned out of it by the spear? I could not tell.
I'm not sure, but that Ant Matrix was definitely enough to blow him up, and that's going to end the fight right then and there. But because of some of the changes we've seen coming out of Big Dawg, I mean, they use the Ant Matrix there. The Orisa is still trying to build up to some of that ult charge. They will find a late stagger onto Ukyo, which is big because they're not going to be able to get those forward spawns as more and more staggers are coming out, which is going to give Big Dawg a chance to get a lot of catching up done. However, they're going to be coming in to the face of a Captive Sun and a Bob. That is a lot to try and mitigate in this next fight.
Yeah, and the push begins once again for Team Big Dawg. Godspeed behind blue team, trying to find some more value as Bob enters the fray once more. The Bob is going to take down Paradox, though, so gets value out despite going down, and the two ultimates that blue team had coming into this fight is going to be enough to get them out.
As we are just under a minute left in the series, we're probably looking at, I mean, what could be a minute left in the series, depending on how Team Big Dawg does here. We're looking at probably 2 to 3 fights Big Dawg are going to have to win. You will have Terror Surge and Pulse Bomb, but you're facing down Ant Matrix and Pulse Bomb. So Team Big Dawg got to get aggressive and make a play. They cannot play patiently, especially with this Orisa.
And here comes the Terra Surge. It's going to take down the Immortality Field, and they're going to be able to clean up Ukyo, who had the Ant Matrix ready to go. And, you know, despite the burning onto Nuke, you know, Team Big Dawg, they're going to come out on top of this fight with just the Terra Surge used.
Once again, as we see player looming in the background, looks like top tier kid from blue team. Again, so this is final fight. As I mentioned, it's probably going to be 2 fights for Team Big Dawg to win. Godspeed has the Pulse Bomb, and they're going to have the Ant Matrix.
Pulse Bomb's going to not find a target, but SJP will. A great pick on to Nuke, who had the overclock ready to go, as the Ant Matrix is going to come out for blue team. I mean, they're trying to put the pressure on, but it's not enough. Big Dawg has the touch. Paradox is still alive for the time being, but for how much longer, nobody knows, and that's it. Blue team upsets Team Big Dawg, and they're going to the winners finals.
And the big question of who are they going to face is now looming. What a series coming out from blue team. We know what they're about. We know the pedigree that they bring to this. But as we mentioned, they have 2 losses on the season. They're not used to that. They're used to being undefeated and dominating every single season. But when time came, when the rubber needed to meet the road, they clutched up. Their synergy was on point, and they made the plays.
Yeah, I mean, and they didn't go down without a fight, right? Like, they made the last few fights interesting on Esperanza, but god dang it, blue team looked so good tonight. I mean, like we were saying, like you were saying, when blue team, when the rubber hits the road, they're ready to go. They're not gonna give it up, just like Team Big Dawg didn't want to give it up. And they just had those clutch moments, like I've been saying all night, you know, this match, last match. I mean, those clutch moments, they really matter. You have to be able to take advantage of the clutch moments in your games if you want to be a great team. And, you know, Team Big Dawg, they are a great team, but blue team, they came out swinging and they didn't relent.
Couldn't agree more. And taking a peep at the bracket that they are facing, as I mentioned, I was correct. They will face the winner of Red Team and Strawberry, which I believe those are the 2 and 3 seeds in this bracket. So very, I mean, you could be facing, you know, we could have another Red Team, Blue Team matchup in the winners finals, which is insane considering the number of teams and pedigree that have now joined this this NA console open tier, for them to still, those two teams to still be on top and dominating, is just a true tried and testament to just the fact that they've been together so long, have that synergy, and still have that skill. But that is pretty much going to wrap up everything for us in the booth. Thank you, Fletch, for casting. Thank you, Rhino, Orange, Little Joe, for producing and observing. We couldn't do what we do without you. And thank all of you in the chat for being with us and witnessing this incredible series. I've been 2 Try Hard Ray, joined by In the Fletch, and we will catch you in another broadcast.
Name straight, new wave.
Yep.